Coming up.
I had no idea that you were going to do that.
Hello, hello, hello.
How do you say that? How do you say that?
I have to be pointing in the booth.
Don't like it, don't like the taste.
Physicality, without a doubt, it helps so much with voiceover.
You said I got better as it went on.
Or maybe there's something about your head.
Channel the reality.
I'm going to be playing a dragon.
It had a journey to it.
And there the future was made. And now, enjoy the podcast.
How do you say that?
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 Hello and welcome to today's episode of How Do You Say That, sponsored by BritishVoiceover.co.uk. It's the show that's dedicated to anyone who's ever had to read a script out loud in front of a microphone. And here, ta-da, is my co-host, Mark Rice.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hello, hello. Now, today's fun fact about Mark is he doesn't like raw tomatoes.
I don't like the taste at all.
Really?
I like cooked tomatoes in things, but
Right.
I will not eat a raw tomato. And we have a garden growing tubs and tubs and tubs of them at the moment.
So not even a cherry?
No, don't
So-
like it. Don't like the taste.
Oh, no, they're nice. The cherry ones are nice. I can get the bigger ones. but
Yeah.
No, that's
Oh,
true.
you're missing out. bit of lemon and olive oil and a bit of
no.
Oh,
and
yes.
salt.
Okay, well, I'll take your word for it.
Okay, yes.
My co-host is Sam Boffin, and the first record she ever bought was a spoken word double LP of Alice in Wonderland. That's
Yeah,
an unusual first record, I think, Sam.
It is, isn't it? It dates me as well, actually, the fact that it was a double LP of Alice in Wonderland. But it was, and it had some really, even at that point, the people in it were people like Bernard Cribbins and Peggy Mount, and
brilliant.
people that were really old school, even at that point. Oh my God, it was amazing, and I've still got it. So got the original one. It's a bit tatty, but I played it and played it and played it, and it was just all brilliant characters. It's the most fantastic thing. I think that kind of, I think that says it all. It wasn't a music album.
Yes, absolutely. And there the future was made.
Yeah, that's it.
Well, of course, you've heard her just a moment ago. We also have a special guest sharing their thoughts and their talent.
do.
And this week, it's Julianne Dean. Hi, Julianne.
Hello, I do like to be special. That's nice.
Very special.
Ah. Well, thank you for having me. I love
Pleasure.
this show. Really enjoyed listening.
Oh, you can
It's so
come again.
It's very, very funny and useful, Like, my eyes have been opened a few
Ooh.
times.
How exciting. I'm very pleased. So, Julianne recorded her first voiceover job for the BBC nearly 30 years ago and is now a multi-award-winning voice actor. You can hear Julianne on animations, video games, audio dramas, TV and radio commercials. Wow, everything. In-store adverts and, I like this, even greetings cards.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's so cool.
Some of her recent work includes Paw Patrol, which I love with my nephews, Diablo Immortal video game, and a TV commercial for Hoover. So, Julianne, I understand that you've got a fun fact that's a little slithery today.
Very good. Yes. I didn't really know what to say for this, so this is a bit of a bizarre one. I once spent a night, I slept with a snake. A real snake.
Oh, dear.
Like,
That sounds
Really?
awful.
Where?
It was a Belizean jungle.
Oh.
Okay, I'll just quickly tell you. I did one of these things, like, Princess Trust thing. It was like
Yeah.
that. It wasn't Princess Trust, it was something else, Trek Force they were called.
Okay.
Where you go out as a group and you build like a building for the people there. But
Yeah.
we lived in this previously untouched jungle in hammocks. So we were there for a couple of months and we'd go every day and we'd build this community centre thing and then sleep back in the hammock. It was a wonderful experience, but every morning we'd take it in turns to wake each other up and I just remember this one morning. so he said, Julianne, just sit up. And I was like, I woke up and I was grinning. I was like, what are you going to do? So I sat up and then she said, okay, just step out. So I stepped out of the hammock. And there, what had been curled around my head was a snake.
No.
Yeah, which they knocked out of the hammock and off it went.
Slithered away. Wow.
I would have lost my shit. Seriously. That sounds awful.
I mean, it could have been there all night. I mean, I didn't notice it. But yeah, it's funny because it was around my head, which is now where my dog sleeps, like cuddles around my... I must
Maybe there's
have
something about your head.
A very huggable head, I think.
I'm glad you survived. Anyway, let's look at our first script of the show and ask, how do you say that? Play, how do you say that?
So this is something I did relatively recently, not that recently actually, truth be known, and it is an audio guide.
Okay, nice.
So it's one of those ones where you walk around and it leads you from place to place. So there's always in these things, there's a little bit of history.
Yes.
And there's a little bit of, and now let's walk up on the left, past the blue rock and whatever it happens to be. And so that's the kind of script it is.
Do you have to do it at a specific speed? Because obviously they do them in all the different languages and presumably it's got to match as people walk around the trail.
It depends, I would imagine, what kind. For Stonehenge, it's a big site. So actually, you're only ever pressing the button at a particular point. So in fact, no, I had no time constraints at all with it because between the stuff that I was saying, everybody has to go on a little walk anyway to the next point where you hit the button. I would imagine if it was all carefully timed so that you were talking as they were walking, it might be more of a problem. But even then, how fast do people walk?
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
I love this kind of stuff. I don't do nearly enough of it. I would love to do a lot more. Let's see if this can be an audition for me.
Yes. Go for it, Mark.
Right, here we go. Stonehenge. A unique prehistoric temple aligned with the movements of the sun. Built in stages between 3000 and 2200 BC, it's the only stone circle in the world to have lintels, the horizontal stones sitting on top of the uprights. Its architecture reveals the sophisticated minds and engineering ability of those who built it, the late Neolithic people of Britain. As we explore the monument, we will find out about Stonehenge and also the history of the area around it.
Oh, that was lovely. You've got a lovely, very listenable voice, which is good for you.
Thank you. That's kind of you.
and beautifully clear and very, the pace I thought was really, really good actually, because it gives everybody a chance to lock into it. Yeah.
I'm kind of thinking people looking around.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. But I think towards the end, you really, really got it. But right at the beginning, I don't know if you had it. If you listen back to it,
okay,
you really warmed into it.
You said I got better as it went on.
Yeah.
That sounds awful, doesn't it?
No. But we often talk about this because it's warming up. Bear in mind, I just read that cold. I hadn't even read that through beforehand.
Yeah.
So normally a producer would go, "Oh, can you go and do the beginning bit again?"
Exactly.
Yeah,
that's what you would do. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
They're also, I think, these things. They're quite matter of fact, quite conversational, actually, I think, as
it's
well,
nicely written.
as opposed to something where you're weaving the history. Although you're pulling people in, as it were, and making it entertaining and interesting. At the same time, they're there. So you don't have to do much work, actually. You don't have to do much heavy lifting because it's more about pointing out that there are lintels on top.
And the very fact that you can see the stuff that's being talked about right in front of you, I think makes a massive difference, doesn't it?
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, Julianne, can we hear how you would do it?
You can. I don't do a lot of these. I do a lot of museum stuff, but as characters.
Yes, I've done a few of those. Yeah, they're great, aren't they? Yeah.
Yeah. They're good fun.
Yeah,
I've just got a new one for a cathedral where I'm going to be playing a dragon.
Nice.
Oh, wow, really?
So the whole way, I'm a character guiding them all the way through. So
that sounds
looking
great.
forward to that one.
I think they're getting more inventive, actually.
Yes.
Audio guides and museum guides. They're like a little moment in history almost that they're creating, and I wonder if Stonehenge will change their approach actually, because it's a little bit matter of fact.
Is that because more and more people under 40 are playing video games and they're used to character stuff?
Possibly.
And if kids are going to go to an attraction, they want the same kind of interactivity?
Maybe. I think there's an experiential sort of approach that is really current right now. Do you do a lot of characters for these sort of things,
I
Julianne?
don't do a lot, but most of the ones that I've done have
Yep.
been character rather than straight narration.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'll give it a go.
Good.
Yes, please.
Good.
Okay, here we go. Stonehenge, a unique prehistoric temple aligned with the movements of the sun. Built in stages between 3000 and 2200 BC, it's the only stone circle in the world to have lintels, the horizontal stones sitting on top of the uprights. Its architecture reveals the sophisticated minds and engineering ability of those who built it, the late Neolithic people of Britain. As we explore the monument, we will find out about Stonehenge and also the history of the area around it.
Lovely, lovely.
You said it to me. I'm going to say it to you. You're very listenable. Absolutely.
Yeah,
I could absolutely
absolutely.
go round a tour guide listening to your voice very much. So that was nice.
Oh, that's lovely. Thank you.
Yeah, that felt very personal, I think.
Yes, it
very
did.
kind of, you'd think, oh, lovely, I'm going to be walking around it with this lovely lady.
Yeah,
So, yeah, no,
good,
it's great.
yeah.
No,
Yes, because
loved
the
it.
one thing you don't want at an attraction is, I'm not listening to that.
Exactly, yeah. Because
Yeah.
it's a long time, isn't it? Yeah.
Can be, yeah.
So how did you do it, Sam? How did you do it?
Oh, well, I don't know really. I shall give it a go. I shall try and remember how I did do it. So,
Okay.
yeah. Stonehenge, a unique prehistoric temple aligned with the movements of the sun. Built in stages between 3000 and 2200 BC, it's the only stone circle in the world to have lintels, the horizontal stones sitting on top of the uprights. Its architecture reveals the sophisticated minds and engineering ability of those who built it, the late Neolithic people of Britain. As we explore the monument, we'll find out about Stonehenge and also about the history of the area around it.
Oh, nice. A bit quicker than either Julianne or I did it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. And you also contracted We Will Find Out.
I thought you'd say that. We will. We'll. Very good.
As you get more into it and you're literally at the places that, because this is the preamble.
Sure.
This is what happens. This is actually what happens, I seem to recall, at the bit where they're looking at the model. So back at base.
Okay.
And then you
Right.
walk up the road and they talk about, all of the stuff that on the way to Stonehenge.
Yeah.
And then at the point that you get there, you're literally saying things like, look to your left. If you see up in the area up there, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah,
And you're
yeah.
literally, and when I'm doing that kind of thing, I have to be pointing in the booth and looking up and
Oh,
imagining.
I do that. Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. Yes. And also for stuff that's like coming away from audio, guys, stuff that's like screencast. So you're saying next, hit enter and whatever. I do it all
Yeah.
with my hands.
It really helps, I think.
It does.
Physicality, without a doubt, it helps so much with voiceovers.
How do you say that? Well, it's worthwhile remembering that these are real scripts we've been working on, but we have changed names and some details to avoid copyright issues.
Indeed. Now, Julianne, so you've brought us, I thought actually that you might bring us a character script, but tell us a little bit about the script you have brought us.
Yeah, I mean, I just liked this. I liked the script, and it was a job I just did last week.
Yep.
So I was a bit lazy, really. I just went, can I use
I'll
this
do
script?
this one.
And they said, yeah, just take the name of the company
Great.
out and you can use
Okay.
it. So it's a corporate video. They're using it as a pitch to show.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
So this at the moment is all internal. So the idea is they pitch to the company and then the company decides if they want to go with them and then hopefully it'll turn into more work, but who knows.
Brilliant. Yeah.
So yeah, they said we would love to capture a sense of whimsy and storytelling. And it ended up being a live session. And then during the session, they gave me more direction.
Yeah.
We kind of did a couple of versions.
Okay, but what we definitely know is whimsy storytelling.
Yes.
So definitely not straight corporate. Well, I think that's quite helpful to give you a kind of idea of where to start with. Sam,
Yeah.
do you want to go first on this one?
Yeah, sure. You know the saying, the more you share, the more you have. It's our truth. No great thing is created solo. The best things happen when we come together. We see beauty in our diversity, we celebrate our differences, and we're united by everything we share. Shared purpose, vision, potential, success, reward, shared ownership. We are the architects of our future with the power to maximise potential for us, our clients and our business. And here, it all starts with sharing.
Interesting.
That was really good.
Yeah, you kind of went really story towards the end,
Yeah.
which is lovely. I mean, I think that's exactly what they were saying.
When somebody goes, interesting.
Oh no, I meant it in a good way.
Yes.
It's like a James Bond villain.
Interesting. Yeah.
Listen, this is episode 28 of the podcast, and people do that to me every week, Sam. It's like, interesting, Mark, interesting. I'm not quite sure that's what I would have done.
I think you got naturally, you find a really nice pace in it, so it's always interesting to listen to. That's what he means by interesting.
Ah, bless ya.
Keeps it varied, you know.
You kept it straighter than I thought you were going to, though,
Oh,
interestingly, in terms of we know it's a corporate. I don't know. I mean, whether it was weighted on the corporate side of the seesaw rather than the whimsy side of the seesaw.
Yes, you might be right. I may not have captured enough whimsy. Yeah.
I thought you had good, like, little cracks in your voice and stuff
Yeah.
to make it sort of less formal. But yeah, I thought it was lovely. I'd hire you.
Well, bless you.
I'm not going to tell him about you.
When I got to the "We are the architects of our future," I did think, should I have "we're" instead of "we are"? I as I said the words, as I read them out, "we are the I wondered if I should have said "we're the architects." Do you know what I mean? And made it a little less formal.
Although it's quite poetic, it's written quite poetically, isn't it? So I don't know if that's something that they would necessarily want.
Yeah. I think I kept it as "we are" when I did it.
Yeah.
I don't remember changing it.
Cool. Well, and so let's see your interesting one then,
Let's
Mark.
see if I can be more whimsical. All right then. You know the saying, the more you share, the more you have. It's our truth. No great thing is created solo. The best things happen when we come together. We see beauty in our diversity. We celebrate our differences. And we're united by everything we share. Shared purpose, vision, potential, success, reward, shared ownership. We are the architects of our future, with the power to maximise potential for us, our clients, and our business. And here, it all starts with sharing.
Well, bloody hell, I had no idea that you were going to do that.
Neither did I.
Wow.
My brain went, do the first line that way, and I had no idea after that.
I'm speechless.
I know.
You're
it
both
was
speechless.
Yeah. Hang on a second. Hold on. Interesting.
Yes, I mean, interesting.
A bold choice. Yeah.
I actually think having that accent on there works really well.
Yeah.
I don't think I could have done that performance in me as straight, if that makes sense.
So you had to put a
that's
different head on.
interesting.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I do that. I have different heads that
Yeah.
I put on. I have a proper corporate formal head that I put on.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, well, I know you do, but
It's my butch energy, don't you know?
Oh, your butch energy. But yeah, no, and that actually did have a lot of energy. Huge amounts. I thought that it was really punchy, actually.
it was more storytelling than whimsy, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
But that's fine. It was a story. You really listen.
Yeah.
For me, the slight northern brings whimsy. I don't know why in my brain the whimsy is there. And I don't know whether it goes back to the whole Hovis advert thing.
Well, I think it works also because it's like differences. You talk about differences throughout the script,
Yes.
and the fact that it's not just an RP voice again.
Yeah,
reading
absolutely.
it was good. Yeah.
The other good thing when you make a very definite choice like that is it's great from a director's point of view. Because that's something for them to play with.
They either love it or hate it. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's a really good, it's an icebreaker, and they may want, I don't know. I think it's a really interesting way of approaching it.
Well, whether right or wrong, I don't know, but I am interested to hear what Julianne does with it.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, it's so interesting, the differences between you two. That was just fascinating. With that one piece of direction, whimsy storytelling, you both had something different going on.
Yeah.
So what we ended up landing on was something like this. You know the saying, the more you share, the more you have. It's our truth. No great thing is created solo. The best things happen when we come together. We see beauty in our diversity. We celebrate our differences. And we're united by everything we share. Shared purpose, vision, potential, success, reward, shared ownership. We are the architects of our future with the power to maximize potential for us, our clients, and our business. And here, it all starts with sharing.
I love it. I love that. The storytelling was obvious. The beaming smile I suspect you had on your face absolutely shone through.
Oh, great. Oh,
Yeah.
that's nice. What did you think, Sam?
It was a really good, particularly at the beginning, again, it was something that actually moved through different emotions, because I was thinking at the beginning, wow, that's a really good representation of less is more. You know how when people talk about, you know, and I thought, gosh, that's so personable. It's so relatable, I suppose. And then as you came through it and did the latter half of that script, where it warms up anyway in terms of what they're saying, you know, with the celebration and the shared purpose and all of that sort of thing, then it really began to fly. So again, it had a real Mark's going to tell me off for using this wanky term. It had a journey to it.
Journey. I knew you were going to say that.
I can feel Mark going, oh, Papa. Sorry.
No, not at all. But I tell you what, halfway through, if there had been a direction that said bring pride into it,
Yeah.
you would have absolutely nailed what that is. And I suspect that maybe came out in the direction, did
That
it?
did, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it was really
that's
there.
great.
Yeah.
So they said when it came to shared ownership, after that, it was supposed to, just be perhaps a little more corporate.
Yeah.
I like the script. I mean, some corporate scripts can just be...
Can't they?
I did really like that. And it's a great script to bring actually to this kind of forum, because it's got so much in it. When you look at it on paper, you could do it, completely straightforward corporate from the start to the finish, couldn't you?
Yeah.
But actually, there's so much more that you can wring out of it. Yeah, I love that.
How do you say that?
And now here is the part of the show that can be hugely enjoyable for some and utterly terrifying for others.
Yes.
It is the wild card section. So let's see what we can bring to these lovely scripts. So, Julianne, can you pick one of the scripts and give Mark
okay.
a lovely new motivation?
Okay, I have two, so which shall I give to Mark?
The nice one? The nice one, maybe?
Okay, I've got one for you.
Okay.
Which script? It's Stonehenge.
Oh, okay.
And you're going to be a king on a horse in about to go before battle. And you're doing a big speech to your troops.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think you got this in you.
I love that.
I'm putting my armour on. I am trying to get my leg over this horse.
Yeah.
If you'll excuse the mental image that creates.
Well, that's
I can't quite get it over.
That's a visualisation we didn't need.
Right, okay. What, I'm thinking Middle Ages here.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
okay. All right. Okay. Stonehenge, a unique prehistoric temple aligned with movements of the sun. Built in stages between 3000 and 2200 BC, it's the only stone circle in the world to have lintels. The horizontal stone sitting on top of the uprights. Its architecture reveals the sophisticated minds and engineering ability of those who built it, the late Neolithic people of Britain. As we explore the monument, we shall find out about Stonehenge and also the history of the area around it.
Yes!
Let's go!
To war! I quite enjoyed that.
Love it. Love it. That's very you. Very your comfort zone.
Yes.
I can see you up there on your horse.
On my horse. I was picturing myself it was a white horse, if that makes any difference.
I wonder if
You
that
know
does
those
make a
ones you
difference.
see on the jousting tournaments?
Yes.
That kind of outfit.
And were you in full body armour?
In full body armour. But I think I might have taken my helmet off to do that speech.
Oh, you'd have to, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, brilliant. I love that.
Which just proves once again the visualisation is important.
Very, very
It's
important.
true.
So this, oh good, well, so I'll give you a little bit of visualisation here, Juliana. I'm going to give you yours. I would like you to do, now actually I don't know which script. I know what I want you to do. Oh, actually, do your script. Do your script.
Okay.
And do it, I'd like you to do it as a doting mum chatting to her, 7-year-old's teacher at, the sort of...
Oh, to the teacher.
Teacher, yes.
Ah, so like a parents' evening.
Exactly. It's parents' evening and you're a doting mum. I don't know what the teacher said to you. Could be good, could be bad. But you're doting.
Oh, interesting.
Okay, I've got a 7-year-old boy.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, there
And
you
he's
go.
got a teacher. I'm
Channel the
in
reality.
the school hall.
Excellent,
Okay.
excellent.
So she said, so here we go. Oh, you know the saying, the more you share, the more you have. Well, it's our truth. No great thing is created solo. The best things happen when we come together. We see beauty in our diversity. We celebrate our differences and we're united by everything we share. So, really, it wasn't Tommy's fault. Shared purpose, vision, potential success, reward, shared ownership. Not just me. We're the architects of our future with the power to maximise potential for us, our children and our business, huh? And here, it all starts with sharing, really,
Oh my
doesn't
God, that
it?
poor teacher. Talk about mum on the defensive.
Definitely, I would
That was
never,
superb.
ever talk to her like that.
Oh, I love that. That was amazing.
That was so good. Yeah, I could just see you. Yeah, absolutely. I think she'd been a little less than impressed with your little darling. And
And I suspect would be even less impressed by that speech you gave her. Sam has yet to go. So I'm thinking the Stonehenge script, interestingly. But I haven't got a great idea for...
I've got an idea.
what?
I've got
Have you got
a
a spare
spare.
one? Oh, go on then,
spare.
Julianne. What do you reckon?
Well, it's the other one I had written down is very. I thought you were going to say this, Sam. A cooing mother over her baby.
Oh,
For the Stonehenge script. Interesting. Interesting.
Okay, cooing mother over her baby.
Oh, Stonehenge. Oh, a unique prehistoric temple aligned with the movements of the sun. Built in stages between 3000 and 2200 BC. Oh, it's the only stone circle in the world to have lintels. The horizontal stone sitting on top of the uprights. Its architecture reveals a sophisticated mind and engineering ability. Yes, that's right. Of those who built it. The late Neolithic people of Britain. As we explore the monument, we will find out about Stonehenge and also the history of the area around it.
Oh, sleeping baby. Oh, that was lovely. Lovely. Oh. Oh, baby woke
Wake-
up.
Yeah.
Baby woke up.
Oh,
that was lovely.
so cool. I love that.
By the time you got to a unique prehistoric temple in the first line, I was completely sold on what you were doing. Utterly,
Really?
completely 100%.
Oh, well, bless you. I think I warmed into it. I was a bit worried that if I listen back, I'll hear very old lady at the start. But
No, I don't know. No, I didn't
no.
get that. No.
Okay, good. Okay. It's fun to do, actually, those, because
Yeah.
you automatically put little tiny bits in, that kind of, make it what it is, I suppose. But they're great fun to do.
Well, the scripts are in the show notes, so why not have a go for fun in the comfort of your very own booth?
Oh, yes, good idea, Mark. And if you've got any voiceover questions that you would like answers to, then send your question for future episodes to podcast@britishvoiceover.co.uk.
Well, our voiceover question this week is based on something that I saw in a LinkedIn post from Christopher Tester recently. He says that he's sacked off several clients for different reasons. So, Sam and Julianne, have you ever had to draw the ultimate line with a client and say, no more, no thank you?
I'm a softie. I don't know. I don't think so. I probably... Have you ever, Mark?
I have sacked off a couple of clients that didn't come up with, when I was going as a kind of starting out and putting my rates up, a couple of people went, oh, well, no, I can't do that. And it's like, well, can't do that, won't do that. So I said, well, I can't work with you anymore because they are my new rates. Yeah. And I think sometimes you've got to draw a line. Yeah. Oh, you have actually done that?
I have done that. Yeah, I didn't think of that. Just the only one I can remember is one telephone on hold company that I said I'm putting the rates up to kind of the standard, and they weren't happy with that.
Sam, have you sacked clients off?
I have, but which I've only actually just thought of, to be perfectly honest. It was I used to be one of the voices on a foreign podcast. I used to read out the letters. I was kind of I was the British voice that read out the letters on that particular podcast. I think when I first took on the job, they said to me that it would only be a very small amount of work. And over the time that I worked for them, the podcast is still there, it grew and grew and grew, but the money didn't.
Did not.
And when I pointed that out, they said, well, that's all we've got, I'm afraid. And I said, wow. Originally when we went into this contract, it was based on this. And now actually it's doubled. And I think I need to have something that reflects that. So that's the only time I've actually sort of walked away from something. Although I have had people come to me, ask me to do it. And I've actually said, I don't think I'm the right person for you.
Yeah,
and
that's a
sent
bit
them
different,
elsewhere.
Yeah,
but that's a bit different. Yeah. Fascinating
Indeed.
discussion. So, thank you so much, Julianne, for coming on the podcast. Thank you.
It was my total pleasure. Thank you.
Just brilliant.
Well, we will be putting Julianne's details and today's scripts in the show notes so you can have a read yourself. Please have a go and send it to podcast@britishvoiceover.co.uk. We'd love to hear what you do with them.
Yes, and of course, if you have a question, it is exactly the same email address.
And also, if you like, you can follow us on Twitter or Instagram using @HDYST podcast.
That is it for this week. And Julianne, this is the bit where we all say the title of the show together at the end.
Okay, right.
And right, so
is there pips or something?
yes, I count you down. Yeah, usually it doesn't work, so let's see what happens. So we will be back again next week with more scripts and another voiceover guest when we will be asking, how do you say that?
How do you say that?